What up, though? This your boy DOC, and I get tons of people asking me all the time if I'm going to cover more things related to Tupac and his whole situation and his legacy. And this definitely is an installment of some future things that I will be bringing to the table. I just be wanting to make sure that it's presented in the right light and also compact and compile the whole video with as much information as possible. Besides just what I'm saying, there's going to be things on the screen as far as like full documents that you possibly could just, after listening to me paraphrase what's going on, you can go back to this video and mute it and just go through and read the full court documents for yourself. So you'll know the ins and outs and everything that's going on with Mutula Shakur. Now, Tupac's stepdad says the U.S. government is illegally holding him in prison. Tupac Shakur's stepdad, Mutula, is trying to get out of prison after 30 years. Mutula just filed a lawsuit against the government claiming that his constitutional First Amendment rights are being used against him to prevent his release. Plaintiff has led a highly productive and exemplary life in prison, influencing his stepson, Tupac Shakur's career as a worldwide renowned hip-hop artist with a message of nonviolence that reached millions of young people. Dr. Mutula said in his lawsuit filed earlier this week, as established by the letters in the record and plaintiff's statement at several parole hearings throughout his incarceration, plaintiff has been outspoken against gang violence and crime. He has consistently expressed support of peaceful in all matters involving racial disparities and social justice. He has never in 30 years of his incarceration supported or in any type of way implied support for criminal conduct or violence to achieve social justice, the lawsuit reads. And Dr. Mutula Shakur was sentenced to 60 years in prison for his role in robbing a Brinks armed truck of $1.6 million and killing 3 of the security guards during the heist in 1981. Mutula Shakur was also convicted of helping Joanne, aka Assata Shakur, escape from the New Jersey prison where she was serving a life sentence for the murder of a police officer in 1973. The federal government abolished parole for federal prisoners in 1987, which made Mutula eligible because he was sentenced prior to the new law. In April of 2016, Mutula requested for his freedom was denied over a single positive drug test, which happened 27 years before the parole hearing. The parole board also cited telephone violations over a phone-in interview Mutula conducted with students at the California State University, Northridge. According to the latest court filings, Mutula, who was once a target of the FBI's infamous COINTELPRO program, says his First Amendment rights are being trampled upon. The commission has failed to adopt or apply any known standards on the meanings of frequent rule of violation. A handful of old telephone rule violations over 30 years does not show plaintiff frequently violated prison rules or is more likely to reoffend if released on parole, said the lawsuit, which filed by a handful of lawyers included Benjamin L. Chump. Now, reading some of the different people that commented on this particular website I got this information from, people say he deserves to be in jail for the rest of his life. This man killed 3 people. Forget the bank robbery. He robbed 3 families of their happiness by killing their loved ones. No good behavior. Ever serve out justice for this. Then, of course, you got a ton of people that's disagreeing. Because of his revolutionary mindset, would he not only just being related to Tupac, but what he stands for. It's crazy. It's a few other things I'm going to read, but it's crazy because it's an interview that we did where a certain individual that was associated to the LAPD that was attached to his case, like, denied anything like related to COINTELPRO or like the Shakur family being attached to it, or if Tupac was being watched by COINTELPRO. Now, what's up on the screen is from Justia. It's actually law.justia.com. It shows you different federal court documents, court appeals, second court appeals, everything. Now, this is dating from back from 1987, United States of America appellant versus Mutula Shakur appellee. Now, this whole thing that's going up and down your screen right now, ever since this video has began, is not what I was reading, but this is damn near breaking down his case in full of everything that's been going on from back then up until recent. Actual conversations, different appeals. Of course, we know this man been in jail for over 3 decades and how many appeals this person has put in. Even back then, it says Shakur filed an instant application 8 months after his arrest and the initial detention. The government opposed the application on the ground that under the Bail Reform Act of 1984, Shakur was likely to flee and not be detained. So I guess they considered him a flight risk way back then. The district court, after an evidentiary hearing, held the government had failed to sustain its burden to show that no condition or combination of conditions could be imposed on Shakur, which reasonably would assure that his presence at trial. The court therefore granted the application. The court stayed in the effectiveness of its order pending the outcome of the appeal in our court. And it's tons and tons of more information as well. So take your time. You're probably gonna have to watch this video a couple times, not only just reading what I paraphrased of what was going on, but if you want to know the detailed facts of everything. So if this conversation come up again on another channel in real life with one of your friends, or if you just want to spread the knowledge, just take your time and go back and forth and just watch this video. Slow it down. If you got to pause it, do whatever you got to do, and just read everything that's up on the screen. But for all my Tupac fans, just like myself, everybody that want to keep his legacy alive, everybody that want to keep his legacy, the face of his legacy, clean, and is not a part of this campaign of what's been going on to diminish Tupac, go ahead and leave a comment. Holla at your boy, this DOC. Peace.
Ora!